I used to be the guy that was soft, the guy that was flabby, the guy that had a chubby ass face, the guy that thought he was fat, but whenever I would try to preach my insecurities to my friends or like ask them like, what do I do? Why am I so fat? They would look at me and say, Kane, you're not fat. You're skinny. What the fuck are you talking about? And that shit would just drive me crazy because it's like if I took my shirt off at that point in time, I had man titties, a big ass belly, but they're right. If I threw a shirt over, it would look like I was just like another normal little skinny dude walking around. And I was doing what every guy was doing when they first realized that they're kind of skinny fat and they need to deal with it. I start working out, no structure, just doing random ass shit in my room, like fucking looking up what's the fastest way to lose weight, what's the fastest way to lose fat, and I'm doing like burpees and like running in place in my room, trying to do high intensity workouts and stuff. I basically start eating less than I start eating like a 12-year-old girl. I start eating less than 1,200 calories a day because I'm all like, well, that's a big enough deficit. And like, that's 400 calorie meals like I have throughout the day. I thought I needed to basically get lean first before I started building muscle. And that was a huge mistake. It was a huge mistake because I did get a little lean. I got defined. There's a video somewhere here on the screen. I was pretty defined for being a teenager, but it's like I never had any real muscle. Everybody just kind of looked at me as like a kid. I remember I was walking down the hall with this one chick and she like kind of latched onto my arm, like after I got in shape, of course. She latched onto my arm and stuff. And she's all like, oh yeah, I like a dude with big arms. And I was like real skinny at that point in time. I had defined arms. I didn't have big arms. So I start flexing and shit. I'm all like, oh yeah, shit, yeah, hold on to my arm, girl. But I'm like literally looking like this, like flexing my arm, trying to make it look bigger. And she like called it out. She's like, well, you don't have to flex to fucking do it, nigga. Like, at this point, I just basically thought like, I thought I was at like my genetic limit. I got in shape. I kind of had a six pack, but I was like, bro, why the fuck am I still small as fuck? Why am I small as hell? If I had to go back and change everything, this is what I would have done. I would have started building muscle first because that would have just stopped a lot of things that got overcomplicated ever. So as you guys see, I'm kind of looking at my script right here, but number one, if I had to do it all again, I would have done it completely different because the way that I originally went about everything was completely ass backwards. My first instinct, because I was like, oh shit, I got man titties and I got kind of a big ass belly, was I need to kind of cut down first, get lean. That's why I was like, I'm gonna barely eat. But the issue with that is that like, if you were to go on a cut and you don't have any muscle underneath to actually reveal, so like when you go on a cut, you're just basically removing the body fat off of your body. If you don't have any muscle on your body to reveal after your cut, you're just gonna look smaller. And in worst case scenario, you're just gonna keep looking soft, just a smaller version of that. And it's like, I wasted months like being in a deficit, kind of barely eating food, kind of eating like a bird, and still working out, like still like doing the room workouts, still showing up to sports, still doing like swim team, lacrosse, and all that shit. It's like I did all that working out, but because like I never knew like, oh, I want to build muscle, I just thought like, oh, I need to get leaner, I need to get leaner. I never saw any changes in my physique. I just kind of still kept the same little 4-pack that I always had throughout high school. My arms were always still just fucking small as hell. And it's like, I thought I was at my genetic limit. I was like, okay, I guess I'm just genetically predispositioned to be 150 pounds and kind of just like barely defined. Doesn't matter how hard I work out. It's just, if I would have just realized that I needed to build some muscle first and just made these 3 simple ass changes, I could have changed so much. If I would have just been like, okay, I need to start strength training. I need to start lifting some fucking weights and start like get like a workout plan in place. Like, I'm gonna go hit this workout. Because I do remember when I first started, I was like, I want to work out, but the whole idea of like splits and you're going to hit chest and bicep on these days and fucking back and triceps on this other day, that whole shit confused me because I was like, I don't know how many muscle groups are on the body. I don't know any of that shit. And like trying to formulate a plan by myself would have been damn near impossible. But if I would have just literally just like looked up how many days a week do I have to work out? Okay, 3 to 4 days. Just look up 3 to 4 day workout plan. Open up ChatGPT, 3 to 4 day workout plan. Tell it what equipment you have. We have this we have this technology now. When I was a teenager, AI didn't exist. And I was a fucking teenager though, ChatGPT or AI didn't exist. So like now it's like you could literally just get a workout plan. Okay, I'm gonna go online. I need a strength training workout plan, 3 to 4 days. I only have 20-pound dumbbells all the way up to 35. Get a workout plan. And if I would have just did that shit, that could have like changed so much. But the thing that would have done on top of that is start tracking my lifts. I would have downloaded this app on my phone. It's called the Strong app. I would have downloaded that shit on my phone and actually started tracking, like, how many push-ups am I doing? How much can I bench press? How strong am I? Like, I knew I could do a curl. How much am I curling? How often am I curling? Like, if I would have knew that shit, that could have, like, changed so much. And then the other change I would have made, the second one, instead of eating like a fucking 12-year-old little teenage girl, eating 1,200 calories a day, bro, that's probably the reason why I'm only 5'8" to this day. My dad and my brother are like 6 foot some shit. I think because I literally starved myself when I was supposed to be growing. I stunted my growth. So going forward, like if I could get a time machine and go back, I would literally just be like, Kane, eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. You are 150 pounds in high school. You need to start eating 150 grams of protein every single day. You could get that from like a scoop of protein, a cup of milk, and a pound of chicken breast. That would have been there right there. And if I would have just did that in strength train, I actually would have saw my arms getting bigger. I would have saw myself getting stronger. I would have saw myself actually building a physique instead of wasting fucking time wondering like, why are my arms staying small? Why do I only have the fucking top 4 abs of my 6-pack and not an 8-pack? Like, if I would have just ate more protein and ate more calories and built some muscle, actually start eating correctly and training correctly, that would have solved like all that whole time I wasted. And the other thing would have been consistency. I never really worked out consistently as a kid. I did like sports and shit though. But yeah, if I would have just like literally got a workout plan, tracked my lifts, ate 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and just stuck with that throughout the years of me growing, bro, I would probably be looking like Sam Solik right now, bro. I'm keeping it buck with y'all. But if you're skinny fat, basically what I want to kind of tell you guys is to stop trying to get lean first. I thought like, okay, I want to get lean. I want a 6-pack. I need a cut. The truth is, you are not allowed to cut. No man is allowed to go on a cut. You have to earn the right to cut. If you want to go on a cut, you first need to go on a bulk for at least 6 months, build some muscle, and only then, once you've been consistent with going to the gym, showing up, hitting your protein and your calories every single day for like 6 months, then you've earned the right to say, okay, now I'm going to cut down. That's the only time. But any dude any skinny fat dude who's going at it saying like, I need to get lean, please do not do that shit. You are like, it may look cool to get defined arms and like get a little 4-pack going. It'll look even cooler when you have even bigger arms and the full 6 to 8-pack going. Fucking go on a bulk, build some muscle first. Train with intensity too. Track your lifts. If you're just showing up to the gym, that's cool when you're a beginner, but after a certain point, you need to start showing up with some intention, which means you need to start tracking how much you're lifting and making sure that you're lifting more each time and really pushing yourself. Because if you just lift the same fucking weights for months, you're doing the same push-ups for months like I was doing the same burpees, push-ups, everything, still doing a high intensity workout, just not really changing the intensity of it because it just got easier for me and I was like, oh yeah, I guess I'm getting in shape. But if I would have just pushed myself and progressively overload while eating correctly, that's what every dude who is skinny fat should do. Like, go get yourself a plan, a diet plan, a workout plan, and stick to it and quit doing random ass shit. And like I said, you need to stick to that plan, that bulking plan of like building muscle, eating in a calorie surplus while getting an adequate amount of protein. You need to stick with that plan for 6 months minimum before you start thinking of, oh, I'm gonna go on a cut. So most guys, they stay stuck in the skinny fat trap because they may hear like bulking and cutting on the internet and they're like, okay, I'm gonna go on a bulk. They start eating a little bit more. They get a little belly, like I have a little belly right now because I'm bulking up. But when they see that belly, they start getting scared, and then they go on a cut, and they never build any muscle. So it's like you really just need to learn how to commit to one thing. A lot of you guys have commitment issues nowadays. It's hard for you to stick with one thing. You have ADHD brain because of TikTok, all the seed oils that you're eating in your diet, all the bullshit that's just keeping you your mind can't stick to one solid plan for a long time. If you could just stick to a bulk for 6 months minimum and then do a little 3-month cut, you would make way more progress than just trying to get shredded immediately. So I'm just trying to tell you guys this because, here, 1 second. I can't script, bro. Basically, the point I want you guys to get out of this video is there are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts to getting the six-pack, to getting the big arms. It's all hard work, which is why fitness is one of the greatest things in the world, because like dudes who have a nice car, you could buy a nice car once you have the money. If there's something you don't like about your life, you could fix it with money. But fitness is the one thing that you can't do that with. Yeah, you can lose some body fat if you pay a doctor to fucking suck the body fat out of you. But in terms of like building muscle, building like getting like a bicep or like deltoids or a tricep, getting abs and all that stuff, muscles will not grow unless if you put in the work yourself. There's nobody could go to the gym for you. Nobody could diet for you. Nobody could do that shit for you. There are no shortcuts when it comes to fitness. You need to actually do the hard work and stick to the plan. You need to go on a bulk, lift heavier. And I'm not saying like it's easy. Lifting heavier and like hitting a new PR every workout is fucking hard. It's hard. And if you avoid that hard work and you just like think, oh, well, I'll just look up what's the fastest exercise to lose weight and then starve myself until I lose the weight and then I'll be shredded. If you think you're going to go about it like that, trying to take a quick ass shortcut to get the dream physique that you want, you're fucking yourself over and you're fucking retarded. So this is why you actually need to follow this. Follow the bulk, 6 months to a year, a bulk, then hit a cut, and your physique will literally transform for like, it'll look like this shit. I'm not trying to misguide anybody. I'm literally just telling you the same shit that I fucked off on, you know? So either if you do it alone or you go get some guidance from like a personal trainer. I had to do that to make the first progress in my life. I had to have somebody show me what properly working out and what properly eating looks like. Just start today. Get you a plan, go online, workout plan, meal plan, stick to it. Bulking meal plan, stick to it. This is the exact approach that got me shredded. Because I did the shit in the past where it's like, I did the opposite. I got lean first, and then I try to build up. My physique has looked like shit for years because of that decision. If I would have just fucking stuck with it, built a bunch of muscle first while I was in high school, I wouldn't have been like fucking, here's another picture. Boom, fucking 19, 20 years old, still looking like a teenager. If I would have just did it in high school, I wouldn't have like had a mid physique for years. Please do not make this like same mistake. I don't want you guys to have a mid physique going throughout your life. Commit to the bulk, then do the cut, but do not do that shit ass backwards. Catch you up in the next video.